Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, not always told how to voice radio, so today I am showing you a new Metagross card that was revealed by Rappelman TCG, that's David Hockman, and he's lovely. Now, I am still just a little bit croaky, but they keep revealing new cards. I've got some videos I've made where I'm not so croaky. I can upload them when new cards stop being revealed. Thank you very much to all the messages of support and well-wishing I've been getting in the comments of the last few videos. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking lozenges, I am resting, but for a couple 10-minute videos a day, it's not going to destroy my voice. I've got to bring you the new cards, but I do appreciate all the messages of support. But I'm not letting new cards be revealed and not bringing them to you. That's not how I roll. So Metagross is a metal Pokemon. Metal has been getting a lot of love lately. Obviously it hits Gardevoir for weakness, which is big, but between cards like Registeel that can accelerate energy, which is really nice, Duskmane Necrozma, which looks incredibly good, Solgaleo GX from Sun and Moon, and the new Solgaleo GX, there is an awful lot to love about metal Pokemon at the moment, and that's before we bring in stuff like Kartana and Celesteela. And of course, why don't we mention Cobalion while we're here? Metal is good right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good type, and this is just one more card that's going to give us a little bit of love for metal Pokemon in the game. It is weak to fire, as you would expect, and like I've said in a couple of recent videos, Volcanion's not particularly big at the moment, but presumably if we continue to see this rise in metal Pokemon, that will see a rise in fire Pokemon to counter them. That might be bad for Metagross, at least for the first turn or two, because remember that the new Solgaleo GX coming will remove weakness from all of your Pokemon on your field, so just bear that in mind, because it's a good chance that for a large part of the game, you won't have a weakness. Resistance to Psychic is expected, and it's good because of Garbodor. And free retreat cost is heavy, but then again, Heavy Ball comes on the table, so we can forgive it. 130 HP, it's alright, it's pretty good for a big basic Pokemon. It is about what we would expect. Now, the second attack here is not particularly exciting. 1 metal, 3 colourless energy, 120, and you do 30 to yourself. What I will say is that is enough damage to just get a one-hit KO on Gardevoir. And actually, when I was mentioning the metal Pokemon a minute ago, I didn't mention the old Magnezone. I said the old Magnezone, I mean the new Magnezone. The Magnezone is coming in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Ultra Prism, as it is over here. The one that allows you to attach as many metal energy as you like during your turn. This is not a great attack, but as I need a non-GX to just go ahead and get a bit of the old KO on a Gardevoir, it's not bad. In that specific circumstance, it's pretty nice. The one thing I will say is, for the same energy cost, you can get a one-hit KO with Magnezone. So if you're playing Magnezone, there's not really any reason to play this instead. You might as well just go full Magnezone. But it is a decent non-GX attacker. It's very expensive. You can use double colourless energy, which is nice, and is something that cannot be boasted by Magnezone. But overall, it's a very standard attack. You do 30 to yourself, but if you're using this attack, you should be getting a one-hit KO on a GX maybe, or at least on a non-GX, maybe something like a Greninja. So if you have to take 2 prizes, or even 1, and then give up 1, it's not the end of the world. That's a decent trade. I think we can be okay with this. But the real headline for this card is the first attack. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck, and attach as many metal energies as you like that you find there to one of your Pokemon. Shuffle the rest of the cards into your deck. It's kind of like Max Elixir in an attack, except you only get to look at 4 cards rather than 6, but you get to attach as many as you like. If you find 4, you can just attach 4. This is very good, but then again, the best card to compare it to here is Max Elixir, and we do need to remember here that actually there's plenty of times we play Max Elixir to look at 6 cards, and we don't actually find any of them. That could happen here. Now, the general maths, and again, this comes from David Hockman, who is one of the most, I'm going to say, Pokemon smart people that there is. He tells me he's worked out the maths. He's a big maths dude. I'm a big maths dude, but David makes me look dumb. If you play 12 basic energy, you should expect to hit 3 of your 4 max elixir, assuming you're playing 4 of them. So, given that you're attaching an energy to Heatran here, you might as well hit more than 1 energy. Because if you attach an energy to Heatran, then Heatran gets KO'd after attaching 1 energy, then you've basically just wasted an attacker. If you're going to put an energy on a Pokemon you don't want to, Heatran, just to try and accelerate energy, you'd better accelerate more than 1 energy. If we take Xerneas' Geomancy, for instance, you attach 1 energy to Xerneas, and then you get 2 energy back. Good deal, good trade. Here, you're not doing any damage. So if you're only getting 1 energy back, it's not a good trade. So in order to get Heatran worth it, we are going to need to do more than just attach a single energy. And there's a few ways we can do this. Number 1, we could just go, oh my god, look how many basic energy I'm playing. If you play like 20-25 basic energy, you are going to hit them here. And that's nice. But the chances are you're not going to be playing 20-25 basic energy. That's a little bit silly and a little bit over the top. So let's not do that. You're not going to have enough space in the rest of your deck for other stuff. But how about Mallow? Now, I'm torn on Mallow, because Mallow is your 1 supporter for the turn, and it means you don't get to play any other supporter. That's sad. But Mallow lets you search for 2 cards, put them on your top of your deck in any order after shuffling your deck. So after playing a Mallow, you are guaranteed to hit 2 metal energy. And you might hit more. That's pretty nice. I like this a lot. You can guarantee getting 2 energy, and if there was a supporter card that just said, attach 2 energy from your deck to one of your Pokemon, I think this would be really quite good. But this is your supporter for the turn, and it's your attack for the turn, and you've got to get an energy on Heatran in order to do it, so as much as I like this, and as much as I think it is viable, I'm not 100% convinced. The other option we've got, and this is less guaranteed than Mallow, but it's an item card, is Rotom Deck's Poker Finder mode from Burning Shadows. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck and put them back in any order, or shuffle them into your deck. Now this has brilliant synergy here because of course Heatran looks at the top 4 cards of your deck. So when you use a Rotom Deck's Poker Finder mode, you know exactly how many energy you would be hitting with Heatran. If you look and find 3 or 4 energy, then all of a sudden Heatran is going to be the best Pokemon ever. If you look and find 0, that doesn't mean you can't use Heatran. It means that you're not guaranteed any energy. So what happens instead is, you then shuffle the cards back into your deck, you've then got a completely random top 4 cards of the deck, and you give it a go. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't, but it at least gives you a free roll, so to speak. The question really is this better than the other metal energy acceleration we've got? We've got Solgaleo GX from Sun and Moon that has a really good GX attack. Get 5 energy of any description from your deck and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like. But that's your GX attack on a stage 2. It's good. It's not amazing. We've got the new Solgaleo that for a double colourless energy does 120 damage and attaches 2 energy from your discard to one of your bench Pokemon, and this seems like the really good way to do it, especially since this new Solgaleo has an ability that means that none of your Pokemon have weakness. That's very nice. It is still a stage 2, but it's pretty good. And we've got Solgaleo Prism Star that allows you to, for 1 metal energy, look at the amount of Pokemon your opponent has on the field, and you get to attach 1 metal energy from your discard to any of your Pokemon in any way that you like for each Pokemon your opponent has on the field. They've got 6 Pokemon on the field, you get 6 energy and attach it from your discard in any way that you like. But that depends on energy in the discard, and it depends on a Pokemon on your opponent's side of the field. And then of course you've got Max Elixir if you're playing a basic, which we've mentioned already. It's not that Heatran isn't good. Heatran is good. That first attack is great. But I look at it and I think, when am I using it? When is this better than the alternatives? When would I rather be using this than Solgaleo Prism Star? If I've managed to evolve up into a new Solgaleo GX, when would I use this instead of that? I think Heatran is okay. I think it is a nice tech. It's a one-off, to be perfectly honest with you. But I don't think it's any more than a one-off. I think it's a tech in some matchups, and I think in some games it will work nicely. If you're playing 20 basic energy, it's great. If you're playing 4 Rotom Dex Pokefinder mode, it's great. Outside of those situations, I'm not 100% convinced. It might be great, but it might not be great. I'm giving it 3 Wassies. It's a nice solid card, you should have a copy of it in your binder, but I cannot really give it a higher endorsement than that. And there we go. Finally, I get to make a video on a card that's good, but not out and out amazing, because honestly, the last few cards I've done, they are all potentially meta-changing cards, so it's nice to have one which is just a good tech. Like I've said, the voice is getting better. I am using lozenges. Thank you all for sticking with me, and let's face it, new cards are coming out. I've got to make these videos. I refuse to stop. I will slow it down. I will be gentle. I will look after myself. But when a new card comes out, a video is coming. But if you appreciate the amount of effort I'm going to making these karaoke videos, make sure you click a like down below. It will make me happy. And make sure you tell me everything you want to say about this new Heatran card. Tell me what you think. Tell me when it will be used. Tell me if you think it's better than the alternatives and why. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so, and follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. That's where live action happens. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, etc., you can do so at patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.